has clearly reinvigorated the British start. Well, Annabel Croft was pretty quick up to the commentary box.
A bit out of breath, Pete. It's quite a long way up. But yeah, this is going to be a real tussle, this match. And it's a really good test, isn't it, to find out where Raducanu's level really is at.
Yeah, what's going to be key for Raducanu today if she is to get the win?
Well, I think to play her game, obviously, and what we saw yesterday was her getting on the front foot and really moving that ball around into open spaces, taking the cross-court down the line and redirecting. But, of course, she's up against someone who does exactly that so well, as we just saw in that last rally. And also, Pegula's ball, when it hits the court, it keeps travelling away from you. And she doesn't want that to happen too many times.
Yeah, she's so good at staying low to the ball as well, which is why Pegula is a very effective grass court player, as we saw in that first game, as the American breaks straight away.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed watching Pegula play because she's such a sort of a straightforward ball striker. Everything looks neat and tidy. It looks very compact, very simple backswings, no kind of frills or curly-whirly swings. And she just makes the game look very, very easy. And the timing out of the strings is beautiful.
I have to love her attitude as well in terms of, mentioned the last few years, she's been playing a full schedule of doubles and singles. Hasn't been able to do it as much this year due to the injuries. But that's what she said about being here, having just won in Berlin. She was like, I want more reps on the grass courts. Sees it all as a bonus and an opportunity. Says she's still feeling great.
Well, that is the danger, isn't it? That backhand up the line is a sensational shot. One of the best in the world.
Wow, different grass courts here in Eastbourne to Berlin, but she's continued where she's left off from Germany. As we see both of her coaching team, Mark McLean and Mark Knowles. She also talked, by the way, of that win, which was her first win without David Witt, in terms of first tournament win, and what that meant to her, giving her a big confidence boost. Because it was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it, Annabelle? Were you a bit surprised she left David Witt at the start of the season?
I was, because I thought they were a great partnership and a really good team. They'd done a lot of work together. And I think actually he was quite surprised too. I think he really hoped that he would be the one who took her to a Grand Slam title.
Yeah, he was snapped up in next to no time. Another top 10 player in Maria Sakkari. Pegula said one of the reasons for changing coaches was because of trying to go over that hurdle in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam.
Well, maybe she just felt like she needed a fresh approach, and sometimes it's the same information coming at you, but it comes from a different voice.
First ace for Raducanu. Raducanu trying to change the spin of the ball, and it works.
Definitely.
39.
One of the things Pegula has not liked in the past is playing players with variety, you know, slices, dinks, upsetting that wonderful ball striking rhythm that she has at the back of the court. So this is really smart from Raducanu to try and change things up.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Annabelle. We talk about Pegula and those 6 quarterfinals at Grand Slam level. Her last loss at Grand Slam quarterfinal level was at Wimbledon against Marketa Vondrousova, who of course went on to win the title. And she did exactly that, switched up the spins, and I'm sure Nick Cavaday will have done his homework with where Pegula has struggled.
Oh, she read the right way. Just couldn't quite control it. I almost feel like the way Pegula's hitting the ball so early in this match, it's going to bring Raducanu's level up as well, because she's more than capable of matching it. Such a good rhythmical ball striker herself.
She found the line there, she has. It's a whirlwind when she gets it right.
Yeah, it is. It's like a tornado blowing through the court, isn't it? Very hard, flat return of serve right up the middle of the court. And then you can see how much what we call cover she's putting on the ball there, which is just enough spin with that wrist to control it. But good, deep, you know, really aggressive ground strokes coming out of her racket at the moment.
It's well played from Raducanu. Pegula has come out swinging, but the Brit digging in that game, getting herself on the board, albeit a little later than she would have liked, because it is Pegula who leads 2-1. And Annabelle, something I mentioned a few moments ago was Raducanu's never beaten a top 10 player. She's 0-7, and she's actually never taken a set off a top 10 opponent. How much of a monkey is that on her back?
I don't think she would even have thought about it. I think she feels like she belongs there. I mean, she's been top 10 herself. And I think she has a lot of self-confidence in her own ability, and that it's about applying her skills, whoever is down the other end of the court. I don't think she fears anyone. I wonder whether she even knows that. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's always struck me as somebody who really has a lot of self-belief and backs herself. As we've said many times before, it doesn't matter that she's been on and off the circuit, you know, in a lot of fluctuations over the last couple of years since she won the US Open. I think she's the sort of player who has so much talent that she can pick up a racket and everything feels quite smooth all the time.
I think talking about her being so strong-minded, that has been the case with her decisions with scheduling recently, of course, electing not to play the qualifying at the French Open and then electing not to play the Olympics. After winning yesterday, she did talk about the fact that she feels like she's almost proving a point to others, that she wants to get practice in on the training court to make sure she's fit and fresh and ready to go when she steps onto the match court. She's more in control of her schedule now.
Oh, that's a shame. That was a interesting point, that I think these block chip returns of serve are really effective. They stay so low. Nice response from Pegula, though, with the slice approach shot. Taking up quite an aggressive position inside the baseline for this return of serve.
Oh, that's some backhand though, isn't it? Something special to watch, isn't it, Pegula? How low she gets down to the ball.
Yeah, they both use their legs really, really well on the court, and that's something you need to do, you know, exceptionally well on a grass court, is absorb the pace, but really stay low.
40 love.
Very unstressed, isn't she, as a player? Looks very loose and fluid.
I think many were wondering whether we would get a bit of a jaded Pegula, because not only did she win in Berlin, but Berlin was rain affected, so it was a difficult tournament for a lot of the players. Her final, she saved 5 match points in the final. And then it's been a very quick turnaround here, but it seems like it's just see ball, hit ball right now.
Yeah, looks as if no problem to have changed the whole sights of what she's looking at, the whole conditions here in Eastbourne. Must feel a different court, different groundsman, women. Interesting to see Pegula throw in just a kick serve for that first serve at the end of that last game, and that just tells you she's going to mix things up herself in this match. Very subtle. She's going to try and throw Raducanu a few different balls.
We've mentioned already how great Pegula is at anticipating the ball. It can often lead to players over-hitting, over-forcing.
Yeah, the pace of ball that's coming at Raducanu is quite thick and fast at the moment, isn't it? She hasn't got too much time. She's having to play reactionary tennis.
Oh, just like that. 40. Stunning from Pegula, in truth.
Yeah, a bit of a shock to the system at the moment. Everything coming out of the strings so central from Pegula's racket.
It's one-way traffic so far as Pegula breaks again. And it's a tough puzzle to solve right now for Emma Raducanu. The American races into a 4-1 lead. Incidentally, just to give everyone